Hello. Hi everyone. Good evening. Happy Holi to everyone. I hope you've had a great colorful Holi. Hello. Welcome to this live session. Today we are going to discuss on challenges that you face while you are on your weight loss journey. Last live or the previous live, we spoke about what is the difference between weight loss and fat loss. And today we're going to talk about the challenges that you commonly face when you are on your weight loss journey. So please feel free to pour in your questions in the comment section. The comment section is on. Hello. Hi everyone. Happy Holi. So I'm going to quickly start. We've got a couple of questions already because we've posted a story about this live session. And one of the common question that we were asked was about, hello, hi everyone. Yeah, so one of the common questions that we were asked was, how do you sustain the weight loss diet? It's too difficult. So the common mistake that we do when we are trying to lose weight is that we want to be on a very different diet. We want to be on a very crash diet because we are looking at a very drastic result. We want really good result and quick result. I think because of this quick fix that we are looking for, we end up following something which is very crash, which is very absurd, that you cannot sustain it lifelong. And that's the reason it's very difficult for most of us to stick to that routine and to sustain that weight loss. One quick solution for this is try to understand your portion of your staple food. So if you are used to eating roti, sabzi, dal, chawal as your meal every day, then try to understand those portions. Try to understand how can you fit in that food into your routine, into your caloric budget, and that's how you will know that's how you can sustain it all your life. So because roti, sabzi, dal, chawal is something that you've been brought up eating, most of Indians are, and you will carry on eating that. So giving up on your roti or your rice just to lose weight is not a great idea at all. And we at Health Edge believe to give you roti, sabzi, dal, chawal, and mind you, you can eat your gluten wala roti, which is your wheat roti, and yet lose weight if you are not sensitive to it, that is. So giving up on something and trying to adjust to a new thing which you know it's not going to be sustainable for lifelong, please don't follow. So that is one thing that you should keep in mind. Thank you, Deep. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please feel free to pour in. I am just quickly browsing through if we've got any. Yeah, another question that we were asked a lot is about cravings. How many of you actually have cravings when you are on weight loss journey? Yeah, there are many reasons why you crave. One of the reason can be that your diet is too restrictive. If you over restrict yourself, you end up craving because your body needs certain nutrients, and it's just a sign. It's just a signal from your body that it needs it, and you're not giving it, and that's the reason you end up craving. Second thing that you crave is because you are on a very I will come to that question, Mitali. Yes, we do provide PCOS diets. We do provide thyroid diets, PCOS diets. So any therapeutic diet, diabetic diet, we do provide all of those, and we customize the diets as per your routine so that it's sustainable for you to follow, as I was speaking about. Can we do liquid diet for weight loss? So yes, as I mentioned, if you can sustain all your life, you can. This will definitely help you with weight loss, but it will not make you sustain that weight loss because it's impractical to be on a liquid diet. Second, when you're on liquid diet, it becomes a little challenging to meet up all your nutrient requirement. So a complete no from our end. We being a qualified team of qualified dietitians, we do not recommend liquid diet or any sort of crash diets to achieve weight loss, because I think as I spoke last time, it is very important for you to understand why you want to lose weight. Why are you that desperate that you would want to go on a liquid diet to lose weight? If your motive is very clear that you want to stay healthy, you want to stay disease free, you want to stay fit, then definitely this is a shortcut and you shouldn't go in for it. Mood swings. So yes, definitely we see a lot of mood swings when you are on weight loss, and one of the reason is because you are not eating enough. Maybe you're not eating enough carbs. Carbs are good mood regulators. You are going off that, and that can be one of the reason why you are facing mood swings. Make sure that you're eating enough, you're eating all your macronutrients, you're not giving up on any one. Protein is again very important, and so is eating a proper calorie diet. So if your requirement depending on your RMR, that is your resting metabolic rate, is around say 1800 if your RMR is 1800 calories, we put you on around 1600 or 1550. We just put you 200 250 calories minus, and that's how you go in a moderate calorie deficit and see weight loss. But if at all you're consuming too little calories, that is 1000 or 800 calories, then that's quite possible that you might see mood swings also. So make sure that you're eating enough, you're sleeping well, and that will not cause mood swings. How to control nighttime sweet cravings? Again, this is the same thing. What happens usually, you crave at the night time is because your meal patterns have been really irregular throughout the day. Maybe you've not eaten enough breakfast or lunch, or you've not eaten enough food. Second, it can be that you've eaten something which is very very irregular or not balanced. You've not eaten enough of carbs during the day or enough of proteins during the day. So protein and carbs, they both make you crave for sweets. So make sure that you've eaten those two things. Also, you've not kept too long gaps, and also make sure that you're sleeping well, because I think sleeping is also a very important thing. If you are not sleeping well, if you're not clocking in enough, that is 7 to 9 hours of sleep, or your sleep pattern is really irregular. By irregular, I mean you wake up at any time or you sleep at any time. There's no proper fixed routine for sleep. Then there are high chances that you crave sweets or you crave for food. I'm just looking for questions. Okay. Is 20-minute jump rope enough for a day for weight loss without muscle loss? Okay, so now when we talk about exercise, I'm not the right person because I'm a dietitian. You need to speak to a qualified trainer. But as far as I can answer this question, any exercise that you do, make sure that you're burning enough calories and you're doing it consistently so that you see weight loss. When we talk about jump rope, it's kind of cardio. It does not involve strength training or muscle training, and we need that because we are also looking at muscle gain if you're looking at fat loss. So make sure that you're also including some amount of strength training in your routine. Rinisha is asking, give us sample diet plan. So as I told you, there is no sample diet plan. Like if I wake up at 6 o'clock and I tell you that, okay, a sample diet plan will say that if you wake up at 6, you need to have a vegetable juice at 7 and then eat your breakfast at 9. It might just put you off because I like to have vegetable juice. Maybe you don't. So there is no sample diet as such. If somebody is giving you diets just like that, then that's not going to be sustainable for you because that's not your routine. So the whole point boils down again to the same thing, that you need to figure out how your routine is and you need to figure out the kind of calories that you want to fit into your routine. So if your calorie intake should be around 1800 after the deficit, then you need to make sure that it's around your routine. It's including your staple foods. Like your staple food might be quite different than what I eat because I'm a Gujarati. I don't know what you eat. So there is no sample diet plan, especially in India, because we all have different eating pattern. We all have different diets. We all, our sample sizes our portion sizes are different. So we need to understand our portion. We need to understand portions of our own food so that we can sustain this diet for a longer time. Okay, so what does NEAT mean? Oh, very good question. So when we are looking at weight loss, I always emphasize that we should improve our NEAT. NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And when I say NEAT, it means that the small activities that we do throughout the day that will help us burn calories. It can be a basic thing like you park your car a little away and then you walk till your destination, or you just get down one stop prior to your destination so that you're walking enough. So these are few ways that you can improve your NEAT. One simple can be like set an alarm on your phone so that it beeps every hour and reminds you that you are supposed to drink water. And every time it reminds you, just get up from your seat, fetch a glass of water, come, so that you're improving your step count as well. So these are few things that will help you improve or burn your calories, because these are small activities that are going to combine and help you burn calories if you're not exercising. And NEAT, as per research studies, NEAT is somewhere responsible to 15 to 50% of your total daily caloric burn, and I think that plays a very, very important role when you are trying to lose weight. So make sure that you are active enough throughout the day, so that you burn more calories and you lose weight. Oh wow, Harish. So Harish has just seen our videos and lost 2 kilos. That's commendable. Thank you, Vritti. Okay, how important is it to eat meals on the same time every day for weight loss? So it is important, but if you, not from weight loss perspective, so from weight loss perspective, if we go to see, the whole idea boils down to moderate calorie deficit, just being in a moderate calorie deficit. So if you're eating, say your requirement is, say, suppose 1800 calories, if you're eating like 600 calories at a time, no problem. It's just that you need to be in that calorie deficit, that is 1800 throughout the day, because that's what your body is going to burn, and you need to make sure that you're eating only so many calories. So eating on the same time is not going to be as important when you are on a weight loss diet. But if you look at hormonal changes, then definitely from that point perspective, it is very important to eat on the same time every day if you are having those problems. One reason being, your body follows a biological clock that we keep hearing to, that is called circadian rhythm, and there is a particular time where a particular hormone spikes up and then they go down. So because of that, it's very important that you eat your lunch maybe when you feel hungry. So your body signals you, right? Whenever you're hungry, the body will pass on that signal that you're hungry, and that's the time the hormones are being released. So that's the time you need to eat, so that your hormones are working well on it. Definitely, and that's the reason why I emphasize also on regular sleep routine, because I want you to sleep on a particular time, wake up on a particular time, is because your body follows a routine, and you need to respect that routine. You need to respect that clock and work accordingly. Okay, I am sorry. I think, Man, I have missed your question. Can you please repost it? I don't know what have you written. Happy Holi.
Conscious.
Sorry, that's my daughter. Nobody.
Conscious.
Okay, I'm continuously gaining weight every year, almost 2 to 3 kilos I gain. My weight is not constant, and why is that so? So this is one of the reason why you are facing this, can be because as we age, our metabolism starts dropping, and that's the reason we tend to gain weight and we lose out on muscle. So one important thing that you need to remember is that you follow a proper routine, you follow a proper lifestyle, that is work on your sleep routine, work on your eating pattern, make sure that you're eating balanced diet, make sure that you're eating enough proteins, enough fiber, enough carbs in your diet, make sure that you're exercising regularly. And when I say exercise, that does not mean that you have to punish yourself by going to the gym. It can be anything. It can be dancing if that's what you like. It can be playing cricket if that's what you enjoy. It can be playing badminton if that you enjoy. Whatever activity that you enjoy, make sure that you include that in your routine, because that's very important, that you enjoy that particular thing and you don't look at it as a punishment, and that's how you see a positive change in your body. So you need to also see how your hormones are, so that you don't gain weight every year. You need to make sure that you are following a routine and you're sticking to it, which is very important, because as we age, we tend to gain a lot of fat, and our metabolism also slows down. One way that you can up your metabolism is including enough proteins in your routine, exercising regularly, especially strength training, because it supports muscle growth as well. So and also sleeping is very important because it improves metabolism. So studies have shown that sleeping for at least 7 hours improves your metabolism, which helps you with weight loss, which helps you with blood glucose control, which helps you to bring your blood cholesterol levels down. So that's how important sleep is. for gray hair. So we've already posted a reel. You can just check out for gray hair. There can be a lot of nutritional deficiencies which is causing gray hair, premature gray hair. So you can have a look at those. We've also mentioned which foods you should take. Is leg shaking and fidgeting part of NEET? I wish it was, but leg shaking is not enough. You can stand up every hour, or you can just try to indulge in some kind of activity. Maybe you can just stand and work. The least that you can do is like you can take a call and just start walking. So that is going to help you, burn more calories. The only reason why we say that you have to be in a standing position or you need to be against the gravity is because that's when your LPL, that's a enzyme which is activated, which helps to lose fat, and that helps to even metabolize cholesterol, and that's the reason you need to be anti-gravity. I don't think shaking leg is going to help you. No shortcuts. Can we skip nighttime food, or that is dinner? So again, no shortcuts. You think that you can sustain by skipping the night food? No, you cannot. Then the cravings set in. Sleep pattern becomes irregular because on an empty stomach, not a lot of us can sleep well. So your sleep is getting hampered. So I don't think, why do you want to skip a particular meal just to lose weight? Why do you want to punish yourself like that? Rather, just understand what portions are to be eaten throughout the day. Even if it's your dinner, then how light you can go, or what are the important macronutrients that you need to include in your routine or in your dinner, so that you don't gain weight. At the same time, you are also losing weight by eating your dinner. So at Health Hatch, we get a lot of clients who always tell us after the first meal plan when it is dispatched that, oh my god, this is so much food, I doubt I'm going to lose weight, and they still end up losing weight. It's because you need that kind of food. You don't realize we are in a world where dieting, I hate that word dieting, because I think the moment we hear dieting, it means like I can relate it to restrictive eating or skipping something, and I don't think we at Health Hatch, we don't approve of it. We don't approve that you should be on diet. It's just that you have to understand your food and be friends with food. There are certain best friends, there are some acquaintances, so you just need to understand which food when to take, in what quantity to take, but please enjoy all the foods. This is also called as food freedom. So if you are on a restrictive diet, you might just keep thinking about it. Like, it's a human nature, right? It's human tendency where if someone tells you that, okay, aaj se aapko meetha band kar dena hai, you constantly think of meetha, which otherwise you wouldn't even think about, So that's called food freedom. So even if you want to eat meetha, maybe just like have a bite of it, just satisfy yourself. If you want to have an entire pastry, it's absolutely fine, just enjoy, but make sure that you are back on track the next day or the next meal, and you're exercising enough. So I don't think you need to like really punish yourself by being on a restrictive diet. Sometimes being an employee, we don't get enough time to follow proper sleep time. We don't get enough time to cook diet according to the plan. Can you suggest for such people who don't get much time? Okay, so we at Health Hatch, we get all kind of clients, especially a lot of corporate clients who don't get time. We also have mothers who don't get the time to cook separately, and that's the reason I emphasize that you should eat what you are eating, so that it's quicker to make, you understand your portions well, and it's very easier for you to implement. You don't have to cook for yourself separately and your family separately. Second, when we talk about diet, we at Health Hatch, we also send out a few recipes. These recipes are again very simple to make. The ingredients are going to be locally available, nothing fancy, and also that food everybody can eat. Like what I eat, my daughter who's 2-year-old, she's been eating the same food since she was 8 months old. So it's totally not that, you are on a weight loss diet, you can't give the same food to your child, because we need to understand that weight loss food is not like a low calorie kind of a food. What we give is balanced diet, is as per what your body needs. We are not putting you on 1,000 calorie diet or a 1,200 calorie diet, which you cannot offer to your child, maybe that kind of meals. No, you can absolutely eat. I think we just need to change the mindset from regular food to weight loss food to, whatever definitions that we've been brought up with. Those definitions are not working in this time now. Again, about sleep, I would say I can completely understand there are months or there are a few days where you don't get to sleep well because of the work pressure, but you can always make sure that you have a proper sleep routine. So like make sure that you are 1 hour off gadgets before you go off to sleep, be it cell phones, iPads, or laptops or TV screens, anything. Try to read books so that you are feeling you feel drowsy. Maybe you can speak to your loved ones and vent out how your entire day went. You can also listen to like instrumental or some calming music. There are a lot of music available on YouTube. So you can even look at that. And we can also so you need to make sure the room is dark when you're going off to sleep so that it induces. And there are few foods that you need to include. One is, don't restrict yourself from eating carbs, that is your rice or potatoes or any of those things. Eat them in the right quantity because they are going to help you to induce sleep. Cashews are a good sleep inducers. You can maybe have like a handful of cashews, or even nutmeg is good. Like a pinch of nutmeg to your milk is going to also induce sleep. So make sure that you follow a proper sleep routine that will help you sleep make you fall asleep well and on time. And maybe few days you can always be here and there, but make sure that that's not your routine. Your routine has to be something that you can follow. For food also, what you can do is like a one pot meal so that it does not take a lot of time. So it can be like a khichdi. Okay. Okay, you can go and open the door. I'm so sorry about it. Please go. Okay, go quickly. Yeah. Coming back to one pot meals, I'll just give you an example of dal khichdi. I am so sorry about it. Just a second. Pratik, can you please take her? Go.
Mama.
Yeah, you can open the door. Go.
Mama.
Okay, so I will give you an example of dal khichdi. Like, it has dal, which gives you protein. It has rice, which gives you carbs. You can add a lot of vegetables to it. That will give you fiber. And I think that's the way it is. Like one pot meal, it covers all your macronutrients. The same can be rajma pulao or soybean pulao, or there are many other options that you can opt for. So you just cook one thing in the cooker and you're all sorted. So I hope I've answered your query well. Will calorie deficit make you tired? I am currently studying. Will diet affect my studying capacity? Absolutely not. So we put you on a moderate calorie deficit diet. We don't put you on a very low calorie diet that will affect your concentration, or it will affect your make you feel tired at all. In fact, with moderate calorie deficit, when clubbed with proper exercise, you feel more energetic. There are tons of testimonials on our Google review. You can go have a look. It will not affect. In fact, if you're studying, we can also add in some foods that can help you concentrate well. That can boost your memory. So yeah, the plan can be customized as per your requirement. How to keep active body if weight is more? So if you think that you cannot exercise because of your weight, your body is not supporting you with exercising, say 30 minutes at a time or at a stretch, maybe you can break it down. That's where NEAT comes into the picture. So NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, where you do small activities which will help you burn more calories. Other thing that you can do is you can split your workout time. You can like walk for 5-10 minutes in the morning, 5-10 minutes in the inside the house, like maybe or inside the compound or in the building for another 10 minutes and another 10 minutes in the night. So that's how you can break it down, 10 minutes in the different time set, and that's how you get 30 minutes of workout clocked in. So it totally depends on how your routine is, but try to split it up, and that's how you can go about it. Some examples for patients taking liquid diet. Some examples. Now, I don't get it, but I wouldn't recommend liquid diet. As I mentioned, with liquid diet, you might feel a little tired. It depends on the kind of calories or the it's very difficult to meet up all your caloric and other nutritional requirement through liquid diet. And as I told you, we are a team of qualified dietitians. We don't support any form of crash diets or any sort of shortcuts just to make you lose weight. I don't think that's what it is. Our main target would be to help you achieve a healthy lifestyle so that you can sustain the weight which is lost, and also you can be healthy all your life. You want to be disease free at the end of the day. I think being on a liquid diet and being following that kind of shortcut is not the solution to it. How to control cravings, I think, Madhulika, we've already covered that. We will be posting this live in some time. You can have a look, and your answer will be there somewhere. You can find it out. Okay. So I'm gaining weight even after regular cardio and strength exercise. Can you tell me the possible reason? So only exercise is not going to help you. You need to make sure how many calories you're consuming, because maybe that you are burning calories, but you're consuming more calories than what your body is burning and what you are burning through exercise. So you need to make sure that you are consuming well in the range. So as I told you, how do we calculate that? We look at your RMR, which is your resting metabolic rate. If it comes to say 1800, we give you 1600 or 1650 calories, or maybe around that much. And I feel you're eating surplus, which can cause this weight gain, or if you're not losing weight, because we also consider the kind of calories you're burning through exercise, and that's how we come to that number where we put you into a moderate calorie deficit. Maybe you are eating a little surplus, and that's the reason you're not seeing the change. You need to see a dietitian, see what you're eating, where you're going wrong, and they can help you with that. How to have protein in every meal for vegetarians? Okay, so maybe in breakfast, for example, I'll tell you the sources of proteins for vegetarians. One is soybean, all your pulses, and your dairy. So it's very simple. You need to make sure, you need to figure out which works well for you in that particular meal. If you have protein, if you want to have, for breakfast, you can have besan chila or a mung chila, or just have cereals with milk. That's how you incorporate proteins in your routine. For lunch, you can have dal or curd. For the dinner, same thing. For snacks, maybe you can include any form of pulse, or you can have roasted chana or soy milk. So it's pretty simple but it's just that you need to consciously think of adding protein to your meal, because as I mentioned earlier, we Indians don't eat enough proteins. Our meals are already deficient in proteins. 73% of meals are meals of our country. 73% of Indians don't take enough proteins in their meals, and 93% don't even know if they are how much protein are we supposed to take. So it's very important that you add a little bit of protein in every meal. So example that I gave, there are hundreds and millions of permutation and combinations that you can come up with, and you can add to your meals. I'll give you one basic example of pav bhaji. A pav bhaji is a very carb-based meal, because it has pav, which is carbs. It has potato, which goes into the bhaji, which is again starch. So you don't get proteins in it. Maybe you can club it with a bowl of dahi, or you can have a glass of buttermilk. Or what I usually do is I add soya granules to my bhaji, or I add mashed yellow moong dal to my bhaji. You don't even make out what via taste, but you get your proteins also, and that's how you can balance your pav bhaji. So this is an example that I've given you. Try to be a little more innovative with your meals, so that you sneak in some way to you find out some way to sneak protein in your meal. So I become hungry quickly, so I tend to eat more. Can you suggest some foods to reduce appetite? Maybe you feel that you're hungry quickly is because you're not eating enough. There's nothing there to reduce your appetite. It's just that you need to make sure that you're eating everything in the right portion, so that you don't feel hungry. Maybe you're restricting too much, and that's the reason you're eating less, and that's the reason you're feeling hungry. You need to evaluate your meal. Other thing that you can do is, maybe your meal is not balanced. You're not eating enough proteins, carbs, or fiber. Half your plate has to be filled up with fiber. 1/4 has to be protein, 1/4 has to be carbs. This is how your balanced meal looks like. So make sure that you are eating balanced food, so that you don't feel hungry. I hope this answers your query. If you are doing something like this already, then you need to consult a dietitian to see if where you're going wrong. uh, Preeti is asking how to lose belly fat. There is spot reduction is a myth. You cannot lose fat from a particular area, that is your belly or thighs or arms. That's totally not possible. What you can do is you can follow a moderate calorie deficit diet, club it with good exercise. Your body will see overall fat loss, and your body knows from where to lose, and definitely you will see inch loss happening. So, but spot reduction is a myth. Don't believe it. I think, okay, I've already answered how to reduce belly fat. No shortcuts. Okay, the next is when I put on weight, it comes on my upper arms and thighs. What is the solution? The solution for weight loss is same. You need to be on a moderate calorie deficit diet and just club yourself with some exercise to see fat loss. Is walking good for weight loss? Yes, any form of exercise is good for weight loss. Just that you need to burn calories. If you can do a strength training, please do it. It can be using your body weight, or it can be using dumbbells or some books or some bottles, anything that can aid to a little bit of muscle gain also. And that can also help you with building muscle, and that's good for weight loss. Yes, I am saving this video. It's going to go on YouTube, and we will be sharing the link on our story, so you will not miss out on this video. So as I told you, spot reduction is a myth. Your body type is such that whenever you are gaining weight, you gain weight on a particular area, is because your body knows where to store fat. But to lose it from that particular area is not just possible. You can't be just doing your exercise for your arms or exercise for your belly thinking that it will help you burn fat from that area. It doesn't work like that. Is way good enough for protein intake. So our first approach will be to meet up your protein requirement through diet. If you cannot, then definitely you can opt for over-the-counter protein supplements that are available. And whey is totally good. That's not a problem. You need to make sure which whey you are taking. Is it whey isolate, whey concentrate? Whey isolate is good. Hydrolyzed whey is also good. So make sure that you know how much whey to take and when to take. These are the two important questions that you sit down with your dietitian and understand. Or if you're talking to your trainer, make sure that your trainer is well qualified to answer those questions. I want to lose weight, especially in stomach. As I mentioned, spot reduction is a myth. Cannot happen. Okay, a lot of people have asked me that. Spot reduction is a myth. Okay, I think I'm gonna end this live session. I'm a big foodie. How to control? There's no need to control. Just make sure that you're eating everything in your budget. So if your budget is 1800 calories and you can fit in your foods in 1800 calories, you're good to go. Second, who says that diet food is boring? Like, it is not. I think you need to be on a diet to understand that even a foodie can be following a proper routine. So it's not about being on a diet. So that's what I told you. I hate the word dieting. I hate the word diet. It's actually about how do you manage your routine? What are the foods that you include? How, in what quantity, how much, when? All of those questions are very important. And we at Health Hatch, we believe in holistic solutions, so we definitely look into all this. If you are someone who eats out a lot, we help you with that. We help you with the food choices that you can make when you're out, when you're meeting your clients, so that you don't end up eating wrong foods. You know that even if your lifestyle is such that you eat out a lot, you can still manage to lose weight, or you can still manage to maintain that weight. It's not going to affect your health. So we are here to help you out. You can always reach out to us. You can always DM us, and we can enroll you for our diet programs. We have a lot of different kind of programs, and you can always enroll for one. My name is Niharika Pudwani. I'm so sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Okay, so I'm Niharika Pudwani. I'm one of the co-founders of Health Hatch. Thank you for asking that, Joeria. Does the nap in the afternoon increase weight? No, that's a myth. It does not. So it depends on. So as I told you, weight gain is when you eat in surplus, and weight loss is when you just be on a moderate calorie deficit. It's one thumb rule. Nothing other than that can affect your weight gain or weight loss. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. If at all I've missed out on any questions, please feel free to DM us, and don't miss out this video. I'm going to put this video on YouTube, and we will be sharing the link here on our story. It was good to have you all here, and thank you so much for Face Glow. Supriya, you can see we have a reel already uploaded for foods for skin. You can go through that. Okay, so bye bye everyone. Good night. Happy Holi once again.